Hello and welcome back to Mexico News Network's Daily Report, broadcasting from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Carisma, and I'm so happy to be with my friend Dave. Dave, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm here, fine, I'm fine. How are you? We interrupt you. What were you doing?
I just came right to sit down and have lunch with my wife, actually.
Oh, well, that's a little interview. Because we want to know, how are you? How do you feel in this amazing place?
Feeling great, it's awesome. This place is awesome, great place to be.
When did you arrive?
Last Saturday.
So are you going to stay more days? Or?
Yeah, we leave on this Saturday coming up. So.
Oh, so you have a few days.
Yeah, a few days left.
Perfect.
Yep.
When you were back at home, what were you looking for about this place? I mean, you were thinking, oh, I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to go to Cancun. What were you expecting?
What was I expect? I was expecting basically, you know, a nice resort, which I've been here, coming here the last 3 years and love it here. And I figured, you know, I brought some friends down with us that are down here with us. And then also did some deep sea fishing and that. And just looking forward for a relaxing getaway. I haven't having to worry about anything.
Well, this is the perfect place. You don't have to worry about anything. So back home, how's the weather over there right now?
When we left, it was like 40 degrees when we left on Saturday morning.
Okay. So you don't have this weather?
No, we don't have this weather. Once we get back in April, you know, around April, we'll be back. And I said, and they'll start to warm up. Spring will be coming. It'll start to warm up a little bit, but we won't have the weather for this probably till like May.
Well, yeah, you don't have this heat.
No, we get bad cold winters where we live in Missouri.
So is this your first time here in Mexico?
No, this is my third time actually.
Third time, okay. Yeah. Okay, and are you planning to go on another state or maybe in your next visit?
No, I love coming, you know, I go to Cabo San Lucas.
Okay, in the north.
Yeah, and I go to Cabo and then I come here to love coming here to Riviera Maya, and the El Dorado resorts is super nice, you know, so.
And talking about the El Dorado resort, you know that we have the gourmet inclusive. What do you think about this special part of the resort, the gourmet inclusive, of the food?
The food is wonderful here. Very good food, gourmet, so it's very good.
Do you have a favorite dish?
You know, I like everything around here. Everything's good in all the restaurants. One of my favorite is Camp I, though, the Asian place.
Yes.
So, and you know, we're going to try a couple of places in Generations, so. But.
And have you tried the Mexican food?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Which dish? Tell us about that.
I went up to Recon and had the lobster quesadillas.
Yeah. Quesadilla de langosta in Spanish.
Yeah.
Lobster quesadilla.
Lobster quesadilla, very good.
Have you tried the tequila?
Yeah, I love the tequila.
Of course.
Don Julio tequila.
Sir, you can decide that the brand.
What's that? Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, of course, you have been here in this place for a week. What do you think that we have a TV set here in the middle of the resort?
I think probably to, you know, do news here, obviously, and promote the resort is probably why.
And we promote the resort, of course, and we promote the country, we promote the state, and because we only say positive things about
good tourism, probably.
Yes,
just like the United States, they got good tourism.
And what have you heard about Mexico back at home?
Back at home, I mean, I like our friends we brought down here with us. They said they wanted to go to, you know, Mexico, and I said, you know, I got this great place. We have timeshare there, and it's in Riviera Maya. It's the El Dorado Resort, and they're like, they would love. And a lot of friends are jealous and say they want to come down here with us because.
Of course, they have to be.
Yeah, I mean, because the Riviera Maya, you got the Caribbean Sea, you got all that, and that's.
And you have these colors, these amazing colors.
You got amazing colors out on the ocean, so I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful weather. We were down here a couple years ago for an anniversary, and it was raining the whole time, but we're like, you know, they're like, it was in September around hurricane season.
Okay, yes.
But, you know, we still had a good time here at the resort, you know,
So this time you had a great time.
Yeah, we've had a great time.
You didn't have rainy days or windy days or nothing, just sun
the fishing
and heat.
was good, and everything's good around there, you know, can't complain.
Oh, that's perfect, that sounds great, and for us, we feel honored to have people like you here.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dave, for being with
us.
No
problem. Thank you.
And we hope to see you soon.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, with more news, as a cultural event, Cumbre Tajín has reached its end. The results are in, and it was a great year for the festival held in the state of Veracruz that celebrates and showcases the indigenous cultures and multiple identities in Mexico. This year's edition featured a universe of sounds, aromas, colors, flavors, and expressions, gathering 500 million participants, triggering a hotel occupancy of 85% in the townships of Totonacapan, Papantla, and Gutierrez Zamora. The outcome represented an economic benefit of 200 million pesos, according to Salomon Basbas Lapidus, the director of the festival. As part of the celebrations, several musical guests entertained the audiences during the five-day event. Some of the artists who were present at the event include Incubus, The Flaming Lips, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, Empire of the Sun, Alesso, and Santana, who closed the festival. It is a platform that showcases traditional dancing, music, shows, film and art exhibits, as well as new talents. This year's edition will be hard to top off, but most likely New Year's edition will be bigger and better. As a way to honor traditional music, let us not forget how essential it is to any culture, including Mexico. In some cases, it's transferred from generations to generations based on family traditions. In Mexico, and if you ask me, all over the world too, music gives us the opportunity to open our minds, senses, and hearts into a flow of energy, harmony, and fascinating emotions explode, filling our souls with the most enchanting feelings. Music is also a celebratory chant filled with tradition, culture, and identity. Today, we will embark upon a wonderful musical journey across the typical music from Veracruz and focusing on a particular piece, La Bruja, meaning in English, the witch, a traditional song from Veracruz known as Son Jarocho, composed and interpreted by José Gutiérrez and the Ochoa brothers. The Son Jarocho is a typical melody from the culture in Veracruz, which began to unfold at the end of the 17th century after the arrival of Spanish ships coming in from Europe, who brought goods into the New World, along with new tradition and, of course, cultural influences. We must remember that the traditional musical instruments were non-existent in America back in those days. Pre-Hispanic culture used all kinds of objects that made sounds like conchas, clay figurines, or dry plants to create their music. With their arrival, the Spaniards also brought the early versions of the instruments we know today, like guitars, harps, tambourines, among others. And just like in other aspects, these were for a huge influence from Mexico. Taking in the Spanish influence, and throughout the years, several musical instruments were adopted by the Jarocho culture, therefore creating part of the vast and fascinating world of Mexican music. These basic instruments for this particular music are the harp, the tambourine, the jarana, and the requinto. The combination of these instruments varies depending on what region it is played. The son jarocho is usually played at parties called fandango, where music, zapateado, and dance platforms are held. These are essential elements to spread the jarocho culture. They are parties that reunite families and communities that gather to share food, singing, music, and happiness. La Bruja, the witch, is one of the best-known sones. The song's theme is completely under personal interpretation, but it is said that it's about a single woman that in the prowl of the man to catch them and make them her own. Maybe between the lyrics there is a darker myth that makes us think of the presence of a woman who comes down and does misdeeds and mischievous acts. This is a clear example of the Mexican culture showing women as strong and independent since they have also inspired hundreds of songs, poems, and in other artistic expressions. And of course, to close our program on a cultural note of pride, we feature Lila Downs, a proud Mexican singer-songwriter, an icon into music industry, anthropologist by profession, and dedicated to music. A strong, dark-haired and eyed woman who is not afraid of blending musical genres, just as her own heritage. She is the daughter of Anita Sanchez, a singer of Mixtec heritage, and Alan Downs, a Scottish-American art professor and filmmaker. Lila Downs took the best for her parents, the musical and the artistic instincts, to become the amazing woman she is now. During her younger years, she was troubled in obtaining her own identity due to her cultural diversity. She divided her life between Oaxaca, California, and Minnesota, where she graduated in social anthropology. She went to Minnesota with her father for work reasons, but they both traveled back and forth to Mexico at the end of the school year. Women such as Frida Kahlo and Chabela Vargas, renowned Mexican folk singer, are huge inspiration for Lila. And of course, her mother encouraged her into always doing both of her passions, music and anthropology. Her mother taught her to love her culture, and Lila developed a huge interest for native textiles and even wrote a thesis regarding the topic. For her to start writing, Lila got her first inspiration from listening to stories told by people from her native Oaxaca, creating lyrics that told truth and transmitted strong emotions. These lyrics have continued to form part of Downs' repertoire, an eclectic blend of music styles incorporating jazz, soul, African music, rock cumbia, rap, and even klezmer. The lyrics mostly address Mexican settings, from mezcal and mole to political situation in the country. She can sing in Spanish, English, and also in several dialects like Mixteca, Zapoteca, Maya, and Nahuatl. And none can deny her powerful projected voice, which can reach a very high range known as a whistle register. Lila Downs is a very humble woman who enjoys shopping, spending time with her mother, husband, and adopted child, Benito. She is an artist who has struggled to obtain success, but nowadays she is well recognized around the world, a true Mexican musician. That was all for today. Thank you for staying with us, broadcasting from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma. I am your host, Sofia Rattinger, and do not forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Log on to www.mexiconewsnetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. We'll see you the next time. Audio Jungle.